Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Chaffee here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware. They're getting ready for spring, even though it doesn't feel like spring out there today, with mulch, topsoil, and gravel. 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com, and brought to you by Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini, your complete holiday lighting specialists, meeting all your decorating needs, whether you are having your house decorated or you want to become a decorator when the season arrives. 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, 631-957-5106, and the website is liholidaylighting.com. No real big changes in the outlook here, except the possibility that we could see the warmer air hang around a bit longer. We mentioned that possibility a couple of days ago, but certainly not today, as temperatures this morning bottoming out in the upper teens and low 20s. Still have a little bit of a gusty breeze working, and temperatures today topping out mostly in the low to middle 30s. You head down to southern New Jersey, southern Pennsylvania, into Maryland. There we could see temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s. You head up north into New England and the Hudson Valley, and you start to get into temperatures that don't even make it to the 30-degree mark and stay all day in the 20s. On the satellite loop this morning, seeing, well, not really a whole lot. There is just a bit of cloud cover in parts of New England. We might see a few passing clouds today. And we do have a disturbance, and you can see it here in Oklahoma and Kansas, that is moving southeastward. In fact, the suppression that is going on because of a low that's in eastern Canada, you can see it there on the upper right, is going to force this storm to go so far south that it actually crosses the state of Florida. You don't often see lows moving that far south, but this is what we have. And then once that gets out of the way, once it moves far enough out into the Atlantic, it's going to allow this upper low to move out and things will warm up. We have a strong storm off the west coast that is coming in and bringing rain, and will be bringing rain up and down the west coast over the next few days, but much of that is not coming here. So we are going to be dry for pretty much until further notice. Here's the radar, very quiet in the northeast and mid-Atlantic states. You can see the precipitation back through Kansas and Oklahoma, and also the rain that is coming into the Pacific Northwest. High pressure is coming down into the western Great Lakes with cold air, and that frontal boundary has pushed all the way down into South Georgia and southern Alabama. You see the temperatures this morning at 5 a.m. We're down in the low 40s there, and of course, as you move north, you start to get into temperatures that were in the teens and single digits, and move up into Canada, and you start seeing below zero readings. So this is a cold air mass. WPC for the next 7 days. So this takes us right through 7 a.m. on next Friday. And look at this. I mean, you really don't see this very often. We've seen it for the last 3 days. Bone dry pretty much from Maine all the way down into the southeastern part of the United States. Activity does pick up around the Great Lakes because that's where the frontal boundary is going to be, where the ridge starts to have less impact. So when we get into the latter part of this week, we're going to, this new week coming up, we're going to see rainfall amounts on the order of 3/4 of an inch to an inch and a half. And some of this is actually going to be snow as you go further north and west. And you can see the rain up and down the west coast in the next week on the order of about an inch, inch and a half in some places. So it's a fairly straightforward forecast. Let me just go back to the temperatures here for a moment, just to take you through where we're going with this as we move through the weekend. So Saturday will probably be a wash, rinse, repeat type of day in terms of temperatures. They might be a degree or two higher than today, mid-30s to around 40, lower 40s as you go further south. And then as we move on to Sunday, again, another cold day with temperatures mid-30s to low 40s. I remember the average this time of year now is middle and even some upper 40s for daytime highs. So this is certainly below normal. And then Monday is when we start the step upward in terms of temperatures. We're looking at highs that will be in the 40s. Start to see a few 50-degree readings showing up as you head south. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, those 3 days, temperatures will continue to move higher. And I think what we're going to have to look for in air masses this time of year, when we get into these scenarios where we get a southwest flow, it tends to warm up a bit faster and a bit higher than modeled. So highs will be in the 50s on Tuesday. Wednesday, we'll probably see temperatures push up into the 60s. I think this may not be warm enough. And we may see middle and upper 60s, might even see a couple of 70-degree readings showing up down in Maryland and Northeast Virginia. And the same will hold true for Thursday. We're going to push up those highs even further and push those 60s even further up to the north and to the northeast. The sea breeze is the one thing that will keep things a little bit cooler along the coast. So looking at the models, really, there's nothing real exciting here. There's your low in the Gulf of Mexico that moves across Florida. It's dry up and down the East Coast for the most part. High pressure in control right through Sunday. We should have sunshine during the day. Nights will be clear. I'm getting some sun right now coming through my window. And then the high moves out. The winds go west-southwest through the week. The next cold front looked like this front that was going to come through on Thursday gets hung up, in which case we could be pretty warm here for Friday and Saturday too next week and see temperatures up well into the 60s to around 70. And it might not be until Saturday night or Sunday before this frontal boundary comes through. And yeah, you do see snow showing up here on the GFS and on a couple of other models in the long range. We've seen that pop in and out over the last couple of days, but I really wouldn't put much stock into it at this stage of the game. All right, weather in 5, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 6317-561125. The telephone number, the website omnitruevalue.com, and wholesale holiday lighting by Giannini at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, 631-957-5106. Website is liholidaylighting.com. So no Joe and Joe show today or tomorrow. We'll be back Sunday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern time. So enjoy the quiet, nice weather and enjoy the weekend. We will see you on Sunday.